Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back. As we know that in the last class of the political science, what that is the chapter number 1, what is democracy? Why democracy? We have seen the contents in the last chapter and also we have seen the broader that meaning of democracy and the features of democracy. Now we are moving to the next topic of the democracy. Before that, we will see the children today's thought, that is, education is the most powerful weapon which can you use to change the world. Yes, 100% true, which is defined by the Nelson Mandela. Not getting late, just we will start with the revise the things what we have learned in the last lecture there. Yes, democracy. In a simple definition, that it is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. Yes, just I'll elaborate this definition, that how democracy actually means here. What happened in democracy here? We talked about how democracy is going around, how it is different from the militancy, but we have not talked about the exact definition. We can say government of the people, for the people and by the people. That means people who are in the government are elected representatives and they represent the people themselves. Thus, government is the working for the benefit for the people, and this government is for the people, of the people and by the people. So ultimately it run by the people who are sitting here. So that's the complete idea behind the democracy. So we have the understood difference between the democratic setup and non-democratic setup. Here, non-democratic setup will be the example like monarchy, dictatorship, which you have who have the power, who is the king, who have the power, absolute powers to run it. As we can see in the previous class of Nepal in class 8th, then we see in the case in the Saudi Arabia and so on. Let's not delay. When we talk about the democracy, it comes from the word demos and kratia. That the Greek word demos means people and kratia means rule. That means the people rule of the people. When we try to explain the rule of the people, then we move on its very important concept, when where we try to differentiate democracy and the government that pretends to be a democratic government. So there is a very kind of minor difference that could be seen in the word huge difference that could be seen in practicality. When we talk about democracy and government that pretends to more around us as a democratic government. So here in this democracy, see in this definition there are the four words which stands the question there. With these four words only the all the features has been elaborately explained. So for example, in a democracy, if in this definition, if we see in a democracy, it is a form of government. Form of government, it becomes the one question there. What type of form, what type of government it should be the, and rulers. Who are the rulers here? We are saying that it is a form of government in which rulers are elected. Then who are the rulers here? And here elected is nothing but what kind of election we are conducting, and who are the people here. So what kind of form or government, that all comes, that means it becomes oneself, it's a question that who are the rulers, who are the kind of what kind of elections are they going to held, who are the people, and what kind of form of government is that. So here ruler may be, if we will talk about the rulers, what kind of rulers it may be, who are they. Rulers may be a king, may be a leader. Now to whom we are going to represent, how he will get elected. Elected means what kind of elected election will be there, whether the election is conducting in the free and fair there. So all this comes, question arises there. And who are the people, what kind of people will be there. The people means everyone will come here, or everyone include us also, because as we know that according to the adult franchisee, only the people who is having the more than 18 years they can vote. So what type of people will be there, and what kind of form of government will be there? So as we know that the form of government, if we take the examples of Bhutan, that Bhutan is having the democratic run by the monarchical basis, where the king is there, the king was there, and he will be running the he is forming the government there. So again, it will be a democratic government. So these all the questions that arises in the democracy. So next, we are not going to just revising it, just we are going to see the next one. That is the in the last class we have seen what is the democracy in the what is the democracy in the Pakistan. As we know that General Pervez Musharraf, he has set the military coup there. Military coup is nothing but where the people they are an existing government already is there in Pakistan, and he want to change that coup with the help of his members there, one who is working in the military there. So he want to change that government, and in the October 1999 he designated himself as a president there, as we know that. And there was a referendum in 2002. Referendum, what is the referendum here? Referendum is it is nothing but the voting conducting is means where you are asking votes in favor of yes or no to the people. But as we take in the as the Pakistan is telling, for example, in to the Jammu Kashmir, that you take the referendum from the Jammu and Kashmir there and ask them whether it is that Jammu and Kashmir will be the part of India or part of Pakistan. They are asking to referendum, is they want the people's opinion there, we can say that. But that has been in the referendum in 2002 granting him as an extension for the 5 years, means due to the he want to conduct the vote from the people, and he want to extend as he got the as he designated him as a president, and when he got the powers, then he want to rule again more 5 years there. So he wants to conduct the referendum in the military coup there. Then for that purpose, what he did it, he formed the legal framework order there. What is the legal framework order there? In that, amendment constitution is there. What is the amended constitution? Amended constitution is nothing but when you want to change the constitutions there, as it is not, as it is we are saying it is a democratic, but for the first we can relate it that rulers here, how they are ruling here, whether it is the election has conducted, whether the ruler is elected from the people. No, he is not elected from the people, he is elected from his military coup there. So here he want to, as he got the powers, then he want to change the amendment constitution there, because if when he get the powers, he can have the powers to dismiss the president and form the national and provincial assemblies there. National and provincial assembly is nothing but it is a parliament there of Pakistan. How we are having the parliament in India, in the same way in the center of the Pakistan they have the national and provincial assemblies there. So again he has set the one National Security Council. In that National Security Council, he where the would supervise civilian cabinet. Cabinet means you know very well that children in our India also we are having the cabinet who governs the country here. Cabinets, they have the power to govern the country. So in the same way here also they want to supervise the civilian cabinet, what they are doing there. Again some of them they protest against referendum. Them protest against referendum is nothing but later on some of the people and human right activists are there in media, they started to protest the referendum because they are saying that the referendum has gone unjust there and it was totally fraud which has been made by the Pervez Musharraf there. So means that this just I have given the background of the Pakistan, where the major decisions by elected members how has been done there. And here this feature implies that in a democracy the final decision making power must be rest with those elected by the people. Means the power is having only those who have the who had been elected from the people, then only the power can be raised. That this feature is holds good to the Pakistan, but where this Pakistan's government is not at all having the proper democracy there, and they are doing as a military institution there. So this is just I have given the just feedback of that last class. A democracy must be based on free and fair election where those where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. That means if we see the case of China here, free and fair electoral competition in China, they are conducting the elections every 5 years, and one electing there will be electing the people from during the at least once in a 5 years. And National People Congress means National People Congress is their party there, and they are having only one party, that is the Communist Party. Means here that to be a part of it, suppose for example when you are when the election is not conducting fair there, when you are not having the proper election, only one, whenever you want to choose the people, it should be a part of the Communist Party here. For example, if I say that China National People Congress is their parliament, they are the parliament of that China. If you want to be a part of National People Congress, you must be the approved from them. Means suppose if you want to stand in the election, then you should take the permission from the National People Congress there, or you should take the permission from their party, that is the Chinese party there. So means again there will be a part whether the China is conducting a free and fair election there, then it is a democratic. No, again it is not a democratic. So I'm revising, children, just you can go through with that. So next will about in the case of Mexico also we have seen that in Mexico one party is there, that is a PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. It is the reverse, but it is they all the time they will be used to win all the election. Why? Because they are using the dirty tricks to win the elections. They are giving the corruptions, they are making the people to in their favor. So these all that it is in the case of the Mexico there. So next we can see in the Saudi Arabia, women do not have the right to vote. Yes, until 2015 year, the women do not have the right to vote there. Here means it is a one vote, one person, one vote, one value. Means how is it equal? Means here one person, means in Saudi Arabia women are not having the right to vote there. Means it is not holds good again there. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russia minority and it too difficult to get the right to vote there. Means here Estonia is a part of the Russian country where in that time, at the time of also there is a conflict between the minorities. So that due to that problem, it was very difficult to right to vote there. So that's why again it is not the one vote there again. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji is nothing but the indigenous is nothing but the where they belongs to the their own country. Means they are the native from their own, so they are called the indigenous Fiji. Has more value. Means those who are belonging from the Fijian country, they are from the native from there, they are having the more value to vote it. But then that of the Indian Fijian is nothing but at the time of the colonial rule, we have seen that the many of the Indians, they also migrated from many of the places outside the country also, and their forefathers has been set into that country, but they are main natives, their main native is from the India, and only they have settled in the Fijian there, then it is known as the Indian Fijian there. So that is the one that means for that purpose also, that is the reason behind it, they are not giving the rights to vote to the Indian Fijian compared to the indigenous Fijian there. Hope children you have got this concept clear then that means this feature is saying that the democracy is based on fundamental principle of political equality. Means they are saying that the democracy should be equality in the political, but it is not there, because as we seen in the Indian Fijian and indigenous Fijian, it is not equality there. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote, and each vote must have one value. But if we see, it is not holds good, because here Saudi Arabia women are not having the right to vote. That means again it features again it gone somewhere different from the democracy. So next is about the rule, law and respect for rights. As we seen in the Zimbabwe, a democracy, Zimbabwe had gained independence in the year 1980, and then the country had been ruled by the party called, their party is known as the ZANU-PF. This party led to the freedom struggle in the leadership of Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe was the famous at the time. During that time, we can say the elections had held at a regular phase and won by ZANU-PF. Here also again the elections had held it in the every years there, every 6 years there, and it has been, we can say that again it all the time they will be winning the elections there. President Mugabe is popular but also uses unfair practices in elections. See, again he is very popular, he is so famous, but still he is using the dirty tricks for winning the election there. Why? As we know, as we discussed in the last class, the children. So over the years, this government has changed the constitution several times to increase its power and less accountability. Means again they have started many times, they have changed their constitution, they have accessed the many things, and they are not at all having, they to increase their power and less than, they are not less accountability. So this all we have seen in that one. Because of this one, see, the opposition party workers were harassed and their meeting were disrupted. Due to that, public demonstration against the government are illegal there. So television and radio are controlled by the government and give only the ruling party's vision there. Because here the media is also under the control of the party there. So even they also don't have the rights to give the any opposite party's news there. Only they have to give the who are winning the ruling party's vision should be clear there. So there are independent newspapers, but the government harasses journalists who are against them. See, again this party, if we are giving the right news, again the government harasses the journalists there who are making the against to the Zimbabwe's there, that is the ZANU-PF. So let's children, all these things we all these broader we have discussed in the last class. So just summary definition I'll say that what we have learned: democracy is the form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. These all the with through this definition we have seen the all these four features. Rulers are elected by the people with all those major decisions, and here elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the current rulers. Here again this choice and opportunity is available to all the people on the basis the exercise of this choice leads to the government limited by the basic rules of the constitution and the citizen rights. Just this is a summary definition of the last class here. Now we will start why democracy here. In that two features are there. Now we are going to see about arguments against democracy here, children. What are the arguments? First, leaders keep changing in a democracy. It's a instability. Yes, why this? I'll read all the points and I'll explain one by one here. Democracy, political competition and power play, no scope for morality. So many people have to be consulted in a democracy. It leads to delay. What does all it mean? Just I'll give you the brief explanation on that. Here, elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. Again, it leads to the bad decision. How? That also I'll explain. Democracy leads to corruption based on electoral competition. Ordinary people do not know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. Yeah, here this is the arguments against democracy, means we can say the demerits of democracy also. So my dear students, it gives the explanation that first of all, the region in a having huge population building the consistence from all the people become very difficult. Yes, if it is a large area, it is very really it's to handle very difficult there. And due to that, what happens if there is a leader who is always changing? In the first, see, leaders keep changing in a democracy, means if the leader is always changing, what would happen if the leader is changing? It happens to the unstable good here. So its stability rises up. There are leaders are keep changing. So here what happened due to the instability of the leaders? Again, it will be the if leaders are changing, definitely it will be a problem to the democracy. So instability will be there, the parties and there will be a many conflicts there. So second point, democracy, political competition, power play, no scope for morality, means so there is no political competition and electoral competition. As a result, there is more instability. Because of the competition, there is a kind of power play. Okay, there is a kind of power play. One is more influencing or having a much higher saying with the government functioning as the party or other group of the people. So what happened if we are having the other higher saying there, the political competition, what we are doing, that there is the, if there is no morality, if you are doing the corruption, if you are making the people discredit there, the functioning of the party or the group of the population, what happens here, morality is basically killed here. So is in that process sometimes, so that's very very important. This we have to keep the all these things in the mind there, to the whether the democracy is real or it just the pretending to be the democratic setup here. And it's very actually in a democracy, again the elected leaders sometimes have that own interest or their own vested interest on. So as a result, the functioning becomes poor. Ordinary people who should have the definite say sometimes do not have 100% say into the process there. So this all gives the arguments against the democracy here. So people having the interest of the people, they lead to the bad decision, means elected leaders do not have the best interest. Means suppose if do not have the proper knowledge, those who got elected, and he maybe leads to the very bad decisions there. So it is, we have to keep, again it will be a demerit of the democracy here. Democracy leads to corruption based on electoral competition. Yeah, democracy leads to corruption means what happened here, again all the leaders, they are thinking that when the electoral results, before the electoral results, everyone thinks that we should win. So here when to leading to before winning also, they will be giving the some of the corruptions to that, you should give the party, you should give the vote to that party only. Due to all these things, what happened, there is again democracy leads to the corruption here. So again this is the one of the demerits of the democracy there. So here what happened, ordinary people do not know what is good for them. Means suppose ordinary people is nothing but the people, those who are educated here. As in the democratic, all the people have the rights to vote there. The people who is the above age of 18, they have the rights to vote. In the ordinary people, we are not seeing whether he is a rich or whether he is a poor or whether he is having a gender discrimination. No, everyone we have the equality. The ordinary people have the right to vote there, and some of them, some the uneducated people, they do not have the knowledge what is right there, means they do not decide it properly. So what happened that time, but they are having the rights to vote there, so due to that they can do the election there. So means they are having the rights to vote. So that's why ordinary people do not know what is good for them, they should not decide anything. So this is the all comes under the arguments against the democracy here. So finally I want to say that sometimes people say democracy root out the poverty here. Just now I say no, root out the poverty, some it may be a rich or it may be a poor there. That is not ultimate scope. So or end goal, means if the person is ordinary, it is not the last end of their goal that is being realized. So that's why again it's very very important to understand which is the right. So these all comes under the arguments against democracy. My dear students, you can take all these as the points. You may ask the question like that also, write the demerits of democracy or what are the arguments against democracy. If you write all these in points, again you will be scoring the good score of your marks there. So I'll repeat it the question once again there. What are the arguments against democracy or what are the demerits of the democracy? Now my dear students, as we hope, I think that you have got all the clarity of these arguments against democracy. What are the demerits or what are the disadvantages of the democracy that we have come in these points there. So next, moving to the next, Again it will be a arguments for democracy. Now last we have seen that what are the arguments of against means debating, we have did it here. Against, uh, what are the beneficials, what are the disadvantages we have seen. Now we are going to what are the advantages here. So first let will start the case of the famine 1958 to 1961. What happened, my dear children, students there in the China, means it is the China versus India. In the 1958 there was a famine there. Famine means you know very well that it's a limitation of the food there. So at that time a democratic government is better government, more accountable. What does it mean, a democratic government? As we know that both the countries they are nearby, and both the countries have got the same accountability, but only the thing is that they are China, we are not saying as a democratic country as we seen in the China's case there, but here India is a democratic country. How it differs, you see. What happens now, will we talk about the favor of democracy, we will talk about the famine occurred in China there in the year 1958 1961, just I mentioned. During this period nearly 3 crore people were killed in China. Very bad. It's a sad part. 3,000 people were killed in the China. China was backed by Communist Party. As I said that one party was there. They are ruled by the Communist Party. Here Communist Party, during that time, what happened, however similar scenarios were there, because we facing the both the problems, India and also as well as the China also there. What the scenarios witnessed in India much better than in China. So India India witnessed what here, through compared to the China, India is doing much better there. Why? In curbing the issues related to famine. How? What was the reason behind it? That the reason is that simple reason was India had been democratic nation, right? Why it is so? Because children, because the India is the democratic nation. As a result, people become the most important section there. Means all the time here people have the rights to decide it. So due to that it becomes the more favorable, we can say that. So it's all the kind of government which is pro people, working for the people here. Getting in a democratic, the representatives are working for the people here, and for the betterment for the people only here. Again, looking for betterment for the people along with the decisions making that comes from the people here. Get it? So third one, here consultation and discussion, no rash for irresponsible decisions, that is a quality decision. How we are making the quality decision? So it's much more accountable to the people. Once you more accountable to the people, and you ought to work for the people. When it is accountable, when you are have the more work for the people there, when you are willing to work more for the people here. Again and again, this democratic people based on consultation means we are having the discussion, and we are making the consent also. Consent means we are taking the opinion from there also. So once when you have more and more consultation that comes in, you have better ideas and better decisions making and power that ultimately comes up. So this again it holds good quality decision is there. Next one, democracy provides a method to deal with the differences and conflicts. What are the differences and conflicts here again? So coming up that if you have better ideas and better decisions making and power that ultimately comes up, so your conflicts and differences can be resolved. How? At much higher pace. How can we do it? Again, politically equality is given to the rich and poor. Yes, political equality is giving to the rich and poor, as we said in that everyone are equal there. So be it a rich or have poor, both of them was have a equal vote, and their vote have equal value. In our India, we are not at all seeing who is having who is rich and who is the poor here. Everyone's vote is very value, and it's a worth there. So one person, one vote and one value ultimately comes true in a true democratic societies. When the democratic is true in that societies also, it will comes true only. It allows us to correct our mistakes there, isn't it? So here democracy better than one form of government. It is allows us to correct our own mistake. How that? If you are working with any program, okay, any program or any policy you can say, and you feel it's going wrong, you would have correction that would come in, and ultimately you can rectify those mistakes. So views of this democracy, we are ought to answer one of the question: what would be the impact of the emergency that took place in India, and national emergency in response to the democracy, how the democracy would be affected by the emergency. So just one of the question for you is that, my dear students, just you think about and try to answer if in your own words, and have your idea on the, and send me the feedback on the feedback session there. So these comes are the favor of democracy. Now moving to the last, we have the most broader meaning of the democracy here. My dear student, hope you have got clarity of the lesson here till now. Now moving to the next, we are going about the broader meaning of the democracy here. What is the broader meaning? Here, evolution of democracy, representative democracy. Who is representing the democracy here? Again, the representative who are got the elected there. Why representative democracy is necessary here? Now we will see. It is basically revealed that since we have huge setup of population, right? We have a huge setup of population. Sometimes collectively decision become difficult there. However, we try to put our waste forwards for kind of consensus building. So decisions making is governed by consultation. Okay, here decisions can be done by the consultation, as we seen up. You have a citizen who are willing to devote their time. Yes, who have the citizens who devote their time, desire and skill for their division building. Again, we have trying to differentiate throughout this chapter between the good democracy and minimal democracy. What is good democracy and minimal democracy? So here good democracy, we can say that consultation and consent of all those who are affected by the decisions. Consultation, just I said that when we are communicating, and we will take the opinion of them, and then only we are deciding the things there. So this is the we can say this is the good democracy, we can say. Means when we are consulting to the people, and we are taking the opinion from there, that becomes the good democracy. Democracy is nothing but, yes, it is in democracy it is there, the decision is taken from the people, the representative one who is representing there, that he will be just following the democratic rules and doing the work there. But the good democracy is that when we are consulting is there, and also we are taking the opinion from the representatives and working on that, it becomes a very good democracy. So here again, what happened, that between the good democracy and the menial democracy, we can say that, which is simply in namesake. So we are trying to work around the various programs, we can say, around the globe. Here try to emphasize what happened in India at the time of democracy, and most of the time we will be using, we can say that here, this is what means democracy versus good democracy. What it concludes, that this is what distinguish between democracy from the other forms of governments like monarchy, dictatorship or one party rule, do not require all citizens to take part in politics. In fact, most non democratic governments would like citizens not to take part in politics. But democracy depends on active political participation by all the citizens. That is why a study of democracy must focus on democratic politics here. My dear students, I want to say you that whenever we are doing the lesson, it is your duty to take the textbook and read the lesson carefully there, and whatever I have explained it, if you have any doubts you can send the feedback there and get the clarity. And as soon as when you get the notes, so you have to start writing the notes, you have to start writing the flow charts and everything whatever it is mentioned there. So before ending the lesson, I want to revise once again that we have covered with the in the last class we have covered that about the democracy. In the democracy we have seen that what is democracy. The democracy is a form of government from the rulers elected by the, so just we will do, it is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. In that we have arise the four questions, then that four questions I have revised you very once again there. And we have seen the next is about the, we have seen the first feature which what about the Pakistan, that a democracy, how the General Musharraf he had did the, how he has run the country on the after when he get the power there, that we have discussed here. And we have seen the first feature of that democracy, the final decision makes power rest with those elected by the people. And we have seen the democracy must be based on the free and fair election, that where those currently power in fair elections of losing. In that we have seen the how the Chinese, we have seen the case of the China, and also we have seen the case of the Mexico here, how these elections has been turned their dirty tricks there. And also we have seen about the one person one vote one value, how it holds good everyone here. In Saudi Arabia, women how they got the rights to vote there. Here Estonia's condition we have seen, and we have seen the Fiji's also due to the electoral system, how the electoral system was there, and how the in the political they are not giving the value, that we have discussed here. And also we have seen the feature that this also fundamental principle of political equality, that in that case we have seen about the Saudi Arabia's and Estonia's condition, and the Fiji's condition we have seen there. And next we have seen the rule of law and respect for the rights of Zimbabwe, how ZANU PF they did the Robert Mugabe was the president of that, and how he has held the elections, that how they are winning these elections, and how this government changed this constitution several times there, that all we have seen in this lesson. And next we have seen the how this opposition part, if the opposition party if they want to go with the proper way, then how they have been harassed with these meetings and disrupted there, that all we have seen in this. And summary, four features of summary we have seen, that how the democratic is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. These 4 points are very important, and each feature is also very important, children, that have been mentioned in your textbook. Again we have gone through with the arguments against democracy here. Leaders keep changing democracy instability, how arguments is nothing but again about the demerits, or we can say the disadvantages. So one by one I have explained you it. If you have any doubts you can send me the feedback in the session there. So this all we have covered there. Arguments against democracy, just I'm revising. Leaders keep changing in democracy, that is the instability. Democracy, political competition and power play, no scope for morality. So many people have to be consulted in a democracy, how it leads to a delay, how it becomes. So that also elected members do not know the best interest of the people, lead to bad decisions. Again, democracy leads to corruption based on electoral competition. So ordinary people do not know what is good for them. They should not decide anything here. So here, if any points miss out, you can ask me. So again, we have discussed about the arguments for democracy here. In the arguments, we have seen the story of the China here, China and India, how it has been, means due to the favorable of the democracy, how it become the helpful for the people here. That is the main thing want to discuss here. And again, famine, we have seen in the which year the famine has been occurred there. So these some of the questions, again you may get it for the 3 marks or 5 marks. You can ask the what are the arguments for democracy, or you can have the question like what are the merits of democracy here. Again, we have seen that a democratic government is better government, that we have seen in the case of China, more accountable. How it is accountable, that also we have seen in this one. Next is about the consultation and discussion, that we have seen that no rash for irresponsible decisions. Quality decision means we can't be harassed to anyone there. Whenever we are doing the quality decision, we should be consultation to that representative and get the discussion. Consent should be there. That we have seen. Democracy provides a method to deal with the differences and conflicts. How if you have any problems, what are the steps or what are the procedure we can follow it. That also we have seen. Political equality and respect for rights. Democracy enhance the dignity of citizens, means here again we can't everyone have the same equal right to vote there, no comparison there. Again, democracy, we have seen about the democracy better than form of government, how democracy is the good form of government, that it allows to correct its own mistakes there. Means suppose now the party is doing any mistakes, that he can rectify his own mistake and can continue that also he can do in the next election also. In India, it is not like that ki now since from the 5 years the BJP is ruling, it may be changed. It's I'm not consenting for any party here. It may change or it may not. Again, they will also come again for the ruling there. So it all depends upon our people here. And also we have seen the broader meaning of democracy. Here the broader meaning means what actually democracy gives the background here. We can say that evolution of democracy, how it is evolution means how it has been created with through the representative, means one who has having the representative to learn the democracy. Representative is nothing but the leadership. We can see here again democracy, why representative only to hold it, because democracy is necessary. Why democracy is necessary, that all the things we have covered here. So large number of people, just I have explained about that. It is impossible to include in all in decision making, as the population is very long, that we is unable to get the discussion properly there. So that is the one of the conflict we can see there, and due to that how to come out, that all we have seen here. Again, people do not have the time, desire or the skill to take the decision here. So again, this all we have seen about the what is the democracy and what are the good democracy here. So in that we have seen that consultation and consent of all those who are affected by the decision. Here again I said for the democracy is just yes we have to do and do, that is not that. Good democracy becomes then only that when you have some problem with from the representatives, that should be consultation should be there and we should take the consent from him, then only the proper democracy or good democracy is be, or and we can say that that should be the good decision from the good democracy. So here no country is perfect democracy here, that we have seen in the last cases with the people make it, means we the people make it. Actually we are the responsible to create the democratic here. So that's why in the last I have once again I have summarized that this is what we distinguish democracy from the other governments. So other forms of government like monarchy, dictatorship or any party rule or not require all citizens to take part in politics here. So in fact most non-democratic governments would like citizens not to take part in politics, but democracy depends on active political participation by all the citizens here. So that is why we have to study the democracy, must focus on democratic politics here. So this is what we have covered in our lesson. So I request you all the students, so whenever the lesson is explaining, so keep the textbook in front of you, and you can see that all the points whatever we are saying or whatever we are explaining, that points whether any points in that it is missed out, so you can ask the doubts there. If you got any doubts, so you can send the feedback. And before ending saying me thank you, I want to say you that children, please take care of yourself and be safe and be at home, and whatever the notes, whatever the questions has been asked in the textbook or in the exercise, you write it in the classwork. Complete your classwork as early, and we will send you the PDF also for the question answers, and you have to write the extra questions whatever we are going to give. Next PDF, you are soon, you will be getting the PDF of the flowchart also, you have to complete that also. So my request is that, so read the lesson carefully once again, try to understand the points whatever we have discussed here in the session, in the PPT. And if you face any problem, I am always there to ready to help you all, my dear students. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Take care, thank you, and bye bye.